Hello, my name is Tim, my company is Sports and Touring, and we are performance Jaguar specialists. We are always searching for really good XKRs, but they're becoming very difficult to find. Sometimes it feels like we're on a unicorn hunt. And so it is a real delight when a customer comes to us, purchases an F-Type, and offers in part exchange an example as good as this. It's in arguably the most desirable colour combination. The condition inside and outside is breathtakingly good. And in particular, when we lifted it on the workshop ramp and looked underneath, which is arguably where it matters most on an XKR, we were absolutely blown away with how good this car is. And I'm especially pleased to show you around. The nose of the XKR is a very beautiful thing indeed. And I put that down to two things. First, the gorgeous compound curves, the aerodynamic design which speaks of power and speed and refinement, and all of these beautiful details like the chrome grille, the chrome surround to the vent in front of the front wheel, the internals in the headlights. And those details continue as we move back over the car with the supercharged logo on the bonnet vents, the Jaguar logo on the side vents, the gorgeous chrome window surrounds, and of course these beautiful alloy wheels, 20-inch wheels which we have freshly factory refurbished in the correct Jaguar silver. And we come round to the rear, and again the beautiful chrome appointments on the boot and those imposing quad tailpipes. It's all a very good look indeed, and the condition of this car is, as I said, quite incredible. Considering its age and mileage, it is possibly the best one we have seen. The paint, by the way, you might think was British Racing Green. In 2010, Jaguar didn't offer a British Racing Green colour, but they offered Botanical Green, which this car is presented in. And of course, if we look on the colour wheel opposite green, we will find a caramel shade. And indeed, that is how the interior of this XKR has been finished. Let's take a look inside. We'll supply the car, of course, with 2 remote key fobs and the owner's book pack, but keyless entry is one of the features, so as long as you've got the key somewhere about your person, simply pull the door handle, the car unlocks, the power fold mirrors move out into position, and we can take in this beautiful, sumptuous interior. Starting perhaps with the door card, and you can see the caramel leather is in perfect condition. The carpet likewise, and they are complemented by the burr walnut veneer, this beautiful natural walnut, which looks so good in this XKR cockpit. There is, of course, Bowers & Wilkins sound and the full memory seat package with adjustable lumbar support, side bolster and front bolster as well. And then we can pan around and have a look, for example, at the tread plate, the scuff plate there, which is pretty well unblemished. The seats, which we have refurbished and which are absolutely perfect, with a durable factory finish to them in exactly the correct shade, and they look sensational. Headrests likewise. Oh, and I should point out that this is perforated leather here because these seats are both heated and cooled. Just say a few words about the rear seat of the XKR, and it is definitely a 2+2. This isn't a car which you would go touring in with 4 adults, but if you are at the pub, say, and it starts raining and your neighbours ask for a lift home, yep, you can put the front seats a little further forward and get 4 adults in for a shortish journey in reasonable comfort. Okay, we'll sit down into the cockpit, and it is a very beautiful place indeed. A satisfying thud as we close the door, indicative of the quality and the weight of the door. And here we really do take in this burr walnut. It is a gloriously good-looking finish. In more detail around the cockpit then, we've got the armrest here, of course, that slides back to access the cup holders and lifts up to reveal the cubbyhole with the USB and iPod sockets. And by the way, you can pick up adapters so that you can use a modern smartphone with this system. To explore the centre console, we'll start up the supercharged V8 with the start-stop button there. As we do that, you'll see the instrument binnacle come to light. And a little message there saying service required. We are taking this car to our great friends at Marshall Jaguar in Newbury for a main dealer service ready for the customer who is going to enjoy it next. Back to the centre console, and the shift selector has popped up so we can select park, reverse, neutral drive, and then push down and turn for sport gearbox mode. We've got the electronic parking brake with hill start assist, dynamic mode, rain, ice and snow mode, the active speed limiter and dynamic stability control off. The ashtray there with its 12-volt socket as well, and the climate control. Dual zone, so passenger and driver can select their own temperatures. There is, of course, rear and front demist and front electric defrost as well on the front windscreen. And up to the infotainment system. Very good, clear, easy to use, nice big display. On the home page here you can see that we've got the audio off at the moment, but if we switch the audio on, we can see that we have options for AM and FM radio, CD and portable audio as well through the sockets in the centre console. Back to the home page, and on the climate page you can see that we can direct the airflow where we want it, and we can turn on the heated steering wheel and heated and cooled seats, which provide so much comfort whether it's cold weather in the winter or hot weather in the summer. The XKR is always very comfortable. Back to the home page again, and we have, of course, Bluetooth telephony and satellite navigation. Nice and clear, easy to use, easy to program with your destination and so forth. Over to the steering wheel, and the left thumb pad controls are for the infotainment and Bluetooth telephone. On the right thumb pad we've got the cruise control. On the left-hand stalk we have the automatic headlights, and on the right-hand stalk the rain-sensitive wipers. And then just by my right knee there you can see that we've got the dimmer for the instruments, we've got the rear fog light, boot release and petrol cap release as well, which is done from inside the car like so. So that's a quick tour of all the equipment. It's ergonomically brilliant. The XKR is a real driver's car, both in terms of the handling and the ease of pushing this powerful car down a winding road, and in terms of the sumptuous equipment. It's a very comfortable and well-appointed place indeed. And I dare say again, you can see that everything is in stunningly good order, unblemished, unmarked. Really a credit to the previous drivers of this car. Okay, we'll switch the engine off and take a look in the boot. You can open the XKR boot either with a button just above the number plate or with the remote fob, and then lifting the tailgate up reveals a very sizable space indeed. This is of course a Grand Tourer, so you need room for your luggage in order to be comfortable on the road. It extends out to the sides behind the rear wheel arches, so if you want to put golf clubs or fishing rods in, they will go in easily. And there is additional space here under the boot floor. If we just lift up like so, you'll see that there's a space where the spare wheel would go if this car was fitted with one. You could indeed fit a spare wheel if you choose to, but at the moment you've got a very handy additional stowage there. Again, everything in very fine order. The carpet is clean, there are no unpleasant odours. Clearly this car has been very carefully maintained in its lifetime. And we'll come around now and have a look at the passenger side of the cockpit. Again, you'll see the door card in that beautiful stitched caramel leather is perfect. The carpet likewise, dashboard, centre console and the passenger seat, all in truly splendid condition. We'll move on and take a look under the bonnet. Under the bonnet, and there is the V8 5-litre supercharged power plant, producing 510 horsepower, and driving this XKR from 0 to 60 in just 4.6 seconds and on to a top speed of 155 miles per hour. And doing so in such an engaging style. This is a beautiful car to drive, whether you're cruising the motorway or pushing it down a country road with some winding bends. The way that it manages not only to be a large and sumptuously comfortable Grand Tourer, but also to be agile and dynamic and rewarding to the driver is a huge achievement, and one of the things that made the XKR so well loved of motoring journalists when it was launched. Under the bonnet, by the way, you can see everything in very fine order. The service history is very good. We are taking the car to our good friends, as I say, at Marshall Jaguar in Newbury for a service ready for handover. And it will be a pleasure to pass this beautiful vehicle on to its next keeper. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been an enormous pleasure to show you this beautiful XKR. We're Sports and Touring. We're just outside Andover in Hampshire, open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to telephone, email or WhatsApp us with any questions, or if you'd like to see this car either in person or by video call. We'll be pleased to send you a link to the Google Drive for this car. That's our online folder with higher resolution photos, which you can zoom in on, and PDF copies of important documents. If you've got a car to dispose of on your buying journey, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you'd like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA, and we work with a really brilliant broker. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews in Auto Trader. I'm very proud indeed of the things our previous customers say about us. And I'll close by saying thank you again. Do feel free to like and subscribe to us on YouTube, and we will look forward to hearing from you very soon indeed.